Welcome to the DeFi Standard. I'm Mickey B. Fresh. And today, FLR Networks released on their Twitter new NFT Marketplace, FLR Stealth Metaverse. So in today's video, we're going to touch on what NFTs are and also this term Metaverse. So what is Metaverse? So we have actually a little teaser video that was released from this project. So as of right now, it's just called FLR Stealth Metaverse. There's no other details that I can find besides this video. So let's take a look. It's a really cool video. So take a look here. And here's the tweet from the FLR Network. Stealth Project, FLR May 8th. FLR Stealth Metaverse. And I'll post the video link in the description below. So here's the video. So how cool was that? FLR Metaverse coming. So this is basically the extension of gaming. So we know that gaming is coming and NFTs. But now we have this new thing called Metaverse. And I just want to go briefly into this because it's probably a new word for many of you. And for many of you, you've heard of it before. It's basically an extension of the internet. So what is Metaverse? So here's an article I dug up and it gives a nice description of it on how we have the colliding here of things like Fortnite, where there's all these different assets in the game that you could own and then move between different systems. That's where we're going to go in the future. It's not like that yet. We don't have any details about this project further than this. So that's why I just want to explain what Metaverse is. So the Metaverse, broadly understood as a persistent shared virtual realm, like an evolved, more immersive internet, is no longer just fodder for science fiction. So this is coming soon, and it's going to take time to develop this over the next decade or two, but we're about on the brink of seeing this happen here right in the blockchain crypto space because gaming's converging. Now you have Metaverse, you have NFTs, which allow for that token economy to really develop from these metaverse ecosystems, I guess you call them. All right, so let's read. What will the metaverse look like? There's no universally agreed upon description of the metaverse, but there are some widely recognized characteristics. The metaverse is always on. It's experienced live and in real time. It can host any size audience and has a fully functioning economy, and it spans across platforms, as well as digital and physical realms. Think augmented reality. It allows digital assets to be carried across platforms. Its experiences and content will be created by individual users and huge corporations alike. So to picture the metaverse, think of a massive virtual realm, one constantly buzzing with activity where people can go wherever they want and do whatever they want. They can remotely hang out with friends, create art, consume art, play games, and shop. They can visit other realms too, and their identities stay with them as they travel. This sounds a lot like the internet. The way the metaverse looks is very similar to how the internet emerged. So this is really fascinating, I think, and it's really going to be gaming that really takes this to the next level. And now that we have NFTs, and you could actually, so when we say digital assets, okay, yeah, there's crypto, but NFTs are digital assets too. Like digital art, that's a digital asset that you could bring from one platform to another. And with NFTs, and now what's great about FLR is FLR uses the same exact smart contracts as Ethereum, the same standards. So everything that can be done on Ethereum can be done on FLR, just better, with lower gas fees, and won't have to deal with any of those mining fees, high latency, and slow settlement time. So this is where it's just beginning. So yeah, you have DeFi and Ethereum, you have Decentraland. Now this is like, that was kind of the first, and we're going to see more of this develop on FLR. We don't know exactly what this project is, but when I see Metaverse, I just want to get the definition down so people can understand what it means. And then we have Forte Games 2, which is coming, which is building that token economy. And it says it right here. Where was it? It has its own economy. So by having its own economy and then governed by its own rules, you have governance in there. So you need governance tokens. So very fascinating stuff. And now moving into, there's some Forbes articles I'll post in the description below about this. And this is also going to be very big in Japan, where Japan's got the gaming and that type of, culture where, Crypto Eddie should do a nice video on this to really cover like the Metasphere and the Japan culture, because I found a lot of articles coming out of there. So NFTs, what are NFTs? Because this is going to be a part of that economy within this Metasphere and DeFi, because you can use NFTs in DeFi and also then in like Metasphere games. So think of like Gala Games, how Flare Network purchased that Citadel on the Moon. That's part of a Metasphere. I mean, it's a gaming virtual reality. But then as you could move between these different virtual reality places, like inside games and built on the internet, that seamless interoperability, we have Internet of Value, Metasphere, Internet of Finance, they're all coming together into one. And this is where we're headed ultimately. So one of the trend acronyms in recent weeks, without a doubt, is NFT. Non-fungible tokens are the latest application in blockchain technology to arrive on the scene, and not without controversy. Some see them as a trap, while others see them as opportunity. I think NFTs in general is absolute opportunity. There is early examples that, haven't been successful, and that happens with any new technology. But the concept of what NFT is, non-fungible token, can take a lot of different representations. Let's start at the beginning. What is a token? Non-sensitive data element. We don't need to go through that. I think we all know what token is, like a voucher. Typically, tokens are fungible. So let's go through what fungible means. Fungible is like the $5 bill. Everyone who has a $5 bill, if you have another $5 bill, it's fungible with it. You can replace it and nothing happens the same. But then if you have like a baseball card with a specific player on it, that is non-fungible. And the other baseball card might have another player on it. That's not fungible. So they're not the same thing as each other. Now, that's just a quick description. Now, it could represent digital arts. It could represent rights to anything. It could be lines of credit. It could be anything, or letter of credit. And Ripple did a test proof of concept in 2016, I believe, with letters of credit and NFTs, way before any of this started. So just to give some people some perspective on that. And the XRP ledger doesn't have smart contracts. So they were able to do this outside of the actual underlying blockchains. So they're going to need to be interoperable between each other here. So NFTs is really, we need to see like the marketplaces. And we see some of those on Ethereum, OpenSea, Rara. I think, I'm just guessing here in this speculation, Forte is really going to be one of the big marketplaces and ecosystems for trading a lot of these NFTs and in-game assets. That's kind of, they had $100 million Ripple funded them with over 2-3 years ago. And that's kind of, I think, where we see the trading marketplace come from. That's just speculation here. But then this Metasphere, is fascinating because it's like an in-game place where people eventually are going to be able to move. As you buy these collectibles, you're going to be able to use them in-game. So then you merge with like the traditional world, real world, and then this in-game Metasphere world. I think we have a few decades to go before everyone is in-game, But this is kind of the next evolution of the internet. So there's internet of value, internet of finance, and then Metasphere, where people are in there. It has its own economy. So this is just fascinating. It's something to keep an eye on. We don't know exactly where this is going. We see NFTs have blown up this year. Big thing with digital collectibles and art and all different type of badges. And I think that's going to keep booming. And now as these gaming systems become more interoperable, we'll have assets that move between them. All right, so I think that's going to cover it for today's video. I just wanted to do a short one, and we'll cover this in the future as more things are available. And we'll also, Patty's going to be making some videos on Gala Games, because that's something else I think is going to be really big on Flare Network early on. So that's something we're going to look more into, the Gala token, the Gala Games, the whole network, and that whole move over to the Flare Network. Just keep this in mind. Gala token, not going to be an F asset. Not. It's going to be a native asset on the Flare network. Just how there's ERC20 tokens on Ethereum, there'll be, I don't know what they're going to call them, but Flare 20 tokens. They'll be the same smart contract standard as ERC20, but on the Flare network. And this is what the great thing about Flare is. You don't have all gas fees, but you have the same exact smart contract standards that you do on Ethereum. And that's very important going forward as these projects are built out. They could be ported over. So not everything is going to be an F asset. Not everything will come with yield. But this will be just natively on there. So it could be used in Flare Finance. It could be used in other DeFi ecosystems. So this convergence of gaming, DeFi, NFTs, all coming together, and then a marketplace there. Just keep an eye on Forte. I just know that's been under the radar for a while, and they're very well funded. So that's something I could see connecting the XRP ledger, the Flare network, DeFi, gaming, and all that. So keep an eye out for that. We'll find out more as more is released on this. There's really, didn't find a website or anything yet. I'm not sure if this is the full name. It's just that what Flare Network tweeted out right here. Stealth Project, Flare, May 8th, Flare Stealth Metasphere. So I'll post this in the description below. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I am Mickey B. Fresh, and I'm out.